Hello everyone and welcome to Tabletop Odyssey for our adventure into Infinity N5. This is the start of a campaign at our local store where each faction fights for supremacy. This first excursion was the Morat aggression forces of my opponent organising a raid on a prospecting settlement owned by my Nomads. The mission is firefight. My list for this engagement is as follows. So first of all, I've got myself the rounder killer hacker here with the submachine gun and the upgrade of Trinity, with their hacking device. I've then complemented them with the Kulak Killer Hacker with the upgrade of Carbonite and along with their Disco Baller. They are going to be in a duo with the other Kulak with the Heavy Rocket Launcher. I then have my character for this campaign, my moderator Vortex Spec Ops. They've got the Dodge upgrade as well as a boost to their CC value to make it 20. With our starting experience points. The more we progress throughout, the more experience my character and my army will get, and there are some upgrades I'd really like to take. I then have a Salyut with a repeater, that's my baggage bot, along with a Vertigo Zond missile launcher bot. I then have a Daktari medic, and a Grenzer with Red Fury, who will be probably one of my main attack pieces. In the second group, I have the Intruder Killer Hacker here. I just wanted a nice camo piece that I could use to take down some of their more interesting pieces. I then have a Clockmaker with the armed turret, which I am looking forward to using. The Evader Engineer with the AP Spitfire, who's going to be a very strong utilization for me. Mary Problems with a pitcher, who will hopefully be able to throw out some of those and get some hacking done. A Hellcat to drop down and deal with any threats. And finally a Mars Spider Paramedic, because I really don't want my characters dying. As for my opponent, their list looks a little bit like this. I'm guessing on some things here, obviously, based on what I've been able to see. But here goes. So it looks like they have a Bultrak, which is the big boy in the corner at the back there. I believe he is a tag. So that's a big scary thought there. He's got a hyper-rapid magnetic cannon, and I am very scared I'm going to have to deal with this very quickly. They then have 2 Gakis and 2 Praetors, along with the Osmat FTO, who is going to lead them. They then have themselves a Datarazi with chain rifle, and a Raziat. Their Group 2 includes their Morat Vanguard Lieutenant, as well as their Tritac Spec Ops, who I believe actually had a weapon upgrade. They also had a Kaithawk, a Raktarak with Chain of Command, a Daitok with the Hacker with the upgrade of Firewall, Anyat, and a Yaugat with the multi-sniper, which I believe is probably their biggest threat, since we are going into this mission and they have a sniper tower. Of course they do. So, getting into the deployment of things, I am going to seize initiative. I start by placing all of my team over here. So I've got my Clockmaker and my little baggage bot over here. I've got myself my missile bot in the corner. The Rounder and Grenzer duo over here. The Evader is keeping a clean eye on here and this firing lane. I also have my medic nearby, both of my lieutenant and regular moderators over here, which is my Spec Ops, this one on the right, and then I've got myself the I believe that's my Mars spider. I might be wrong. Well, my spider should be hidden around here somewhere. To move into position. So they're going to choose to side with the sniper rifle, which is really, really scary. And then they're going to use a command token to rob me of 2 orders. So we've got to have an initiative early on. So I am going to start off by using Cyber Mask on Mary Problems, who's hidden around here, and she is essentially going to run all the way across here. But unfortunately on her second order she is going to get discovered. She's then going to attempt to throw a picture all the way over here, but unfortunately that tag, who is positioned right here, is going to absolutely destroy me. So she's going to be knocked down unconscious and she's out of the game. So there goes my plan to just try and total control their tag and shoot them from the rear there. I am then going to recover by using the Clockmaker over here. The Clockmaker is going to put down a pair of turrets here and here, which is basically going to secure my deployment zone. Before my Rounder and CO tag team with the Grenzer is they're just going to move up over this way to challenge the tag. And I'm basically going to have to put a lot of my orders into this. The Red Fury from the Grenzer is just going to turn that giant tag into a molten pile of slag and save me a lot. I'm then going to be using my Kulak pair, who are positioned here. And they were going to try and move this way, but unfortunately the sniper positioned is just going to completely take out my rocket launcher. So he's gone. Turn 1's end going... my turn 1 is going to end here, and well, that sniper is basically a massive threat. And until I get rid of it, I'm probably going to lose this. My opponent here, I'm just going to show how they've deployed. So they had the tag right up here. They had the Hungaries at the back. That's the Ditok. They had a trio here of their lieutenant. Wait, not the lieutenant. Their Anyat, their Spec Ops, and can't remember someone else over here. I think just a Datarati with shoulder. They've got Datarati over here, and there's their lieutenant. And they've got a sniper on this tower, which is going to be really threatening for me. Very, very scary. So, my opponent's now going to take their turn. And basically the Datarati is going to move forward with their Impetuous. And their sniper's going to take a shot at my Kulak over here. And puts them straight to dead. So that's both my Kulaks gone now. And my life is a lot harder for it. The Rassiat is then going to drop down over here next to my deployment zone, and they're just going to completely destroy my baggage bot. However, my Daktari, who's like over here, is going to tell the Clockmaker to turn around, and the turrets are going to miss their shots. The Rassiat is then going to try and drop an Eclipse Grenade down, but somehow manages to fumble. I don't know how he managed to fumble Eclipse Grenades, but sure. You'd have thought even dropping it would still go off. Nevertheless, my turret gets off a lucky shot and puts them down to unconscious. It's a little bit unfortunate for them, but lucky for me. This Witch Soldier is then going to try and put some smoke down over here, but they really can't seem to get it going either. And they're going to run forwards into this space. I tried to spotlight them, but they're going to save it. They're then going to Impetuous run in and stab at the Grenzer over here. But the Grenzer's going to take him down beforehand. So unfortunately the Witch Soldier is gone. The Haris of the Spec Ops, the NCO and the Anya all over here. They're going to move up to this building here, dodging turret fire all the while. And then the Kaitok is going to move up behind them for some cover. And the beasts over here, they're going to rush this way around into the building. This is going to finish her turn, and the pressure is getting very close now. Round 1 has gone quite well for me, though having taken down the tag. But this sniper up here is absolutely lethal in ARO, and well, my Grenz is gone. So I'll be relying on the evader for now, which is over here. Tough. Moving on into turn 2, and the clockmaker, they are going to, so this is a different view here, sorry. My clockmaker is essentially going to try to pick up the baggage bot, but they're going to fail, and they're going to go straight to dead on that, so that's not great for me. My intruder is going to move up this way to cover, but they're discovered, so I'm going to get the rounder, who's somewhere over here, to move up into zone of control all the way up to here to this building, and then they're going to spotlight one of the beasts. So I get to laugh now, because obviously this building doesn't actually have a roof, so my missile bot's going to send everything into here, and they're going to delete a Praetor and the FTA Master, throwing them into disarray. I'm then going to drop my Hellcat right here. The missile bot is then going to try and take on the sniper up here. Unfortunately, it doesn't go out well, and that missile bot's going to die. So that's not great. My Vader's going to have to do something here, so he's going to have to split fire, and he's got to take out this Anyat here and the sniper at the same time. The split fire didn't go too well, but I did take out Anyat, and I managed to avoid getting hit by the sniper. My next shot, luckily from the evader, manages to put that sniper to unconscious. So with one order left, I've got the Daktari, who's going to come around the corner. Oops, sorry. I've messed up here. It's not the sniper that I managed to take out. The sniper does, in fact, actually manage to take the evader out over here. But with my last order, my Daktari is just going to pop up and pick him back up. Turn 2 is over for me. The sniper is honestly really, really scaring me. I am not too happy here. So, now we've got the Morats' second turn. And they're basically going to use the opportunity to shoot at the evader with the sniper. And luckily for me, finally, I win this duel, and I get to knock their sniper to unconscious instead. So they're gone to unconscious. This is obviously terrible for them. That's probably their main piece right now. So the Kaitok is now going to move up here to challenge my deployment zone, dodging out the way of my evader, but obviously my Hellcat is right here, and they're going to put a wound on it. The Kaitok's then going to kill my Hellcat, and then they're going to resume their advance all the way over to this way. But luckily, I've got a turret over here, and the turret's going to kill them. So that's unfortunate for the Kaitok. Their hacker is somewhere around here, and they're going to try and chuck out a repeater as they go to engage my rounder over here. The beasts are going to run through the middle, but obviously I've got the rounder here, I've got the intruder here, and I've got the evader here. So basically, that Gaki's dead. Praetor's then going to shoot the intruder. He's going to save, and they're going to knock them to dogged. The last Gaki's going to hide, knowing full well that that dogged is going to die at the end. It's really not gone well for my opponent. Yeah, so with that massive swing in my favour, especially with an ARO, I'm ready for my last turn. So, round 3, and I'm going to coordinate order my rounder and intruder. and they're going to take a up this way, and they're going to take a shot at their lieutenant over here. They're going to save a crit, so they're quite lucky. The round is then going to keep pressuring at the lieutenant with a couple of extra shots, moving forwards for a better range band, and I'm going to finally take out their lieutenant. I then use my final orders to move my Mars Spider, who's been just chilling around here this whole time, to block up the path for their Dartok and Spec Ops if they want to come up this way. Or this way, they're going to face a bit of horror, and if their hacker wants to come around this way, they're going to get some messiness because they can't avoid these three. Her final turn is now in retreat because their lieutenant's gone, so there's not really a lot they can do. The Gaki is going to charge out of this door towards the rounder, and they're actually going to kill her. Their Dartok hacker unfortunately fails to chuck down a pitcher. That was their main aim here. They spent a few orders trying to get a pitch down so that they could eliminate something. Unfortunately didn't work, so that's going to be the end of the game. We're going to count up some points with me scoring 9 to their 1, which is a greater victory than I really expected for my Nomads. I'm going to use the XP earned from this to give my Spec Ops a repeater, and I'm going to upgrade with my army so that the Clockmaker turret, I can have 2 of them instead of 1. Now, obviously people will be wondering this isn't in the Infinity rules, but for our campaign rules we've got a bunch of little things in a table that we can buy with certain XP other than giving them to our Spec Ops, and one of them for me is increasing the availability count of limited weapons, so I'm allowing to get a second turret for my Clockmaker. The Morats are going to have to stalk away and lick off their wounds. Hopefully they will do better in the next round. I wish them all the luck. So, lessons learned. This was really a trial by fire to introduce us both to N5 and N5, the new edition here, and I really need a better way to deal with snipers going into the next round. I was quite impressed by the turrets this game, and I can see how they can be abused in future. Being able to drop them quite so far out, and with 360 is just, it's strong. I really like this Evader Spitfire profile. I've got to say, it's saved me quite a lot here, killed some very key pieces, and they've got some armour to keep them around as well. Obviously, we're all still learning the game, a lot of us here, and that's kind of what we're doing this campaign for. Kind of looking forward to the next round. If you've hung around this long, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below. This has been Tabletop Odyssey, dodging snipers, or not, since 2025.